This is Vale, a 3,000-acre wheat and sheep farm on the banks of the Moore River in Western Australia. Having only had the farm for over the past 4 years, and due to a number of factors, drought, sheep price crash, failing to get seed and fertiliser because the crop failed, last year we had sold a tractor to put a crop in, sold some more sheep to get the header down and pay for fertiliser for our grand plans for this coming year, that would be 2026. And we're gearing up to have a promising first harvest that would have provided us our oat and barley seed, my very first crop. In early December, things were looking up. We had just gotten our header down, and in just 3 days we would be harvesting. But that harvest never happened. December 14th. On the same horrendous night that the country was shocked by the Bondi massacre attacks, we were fighting something of our own. A fire that I like to call the Mission Fires. A fire that started from a lightning strike on Sunday night, but ended up burning over 7,000 hectares, including Vale, 80% of it. All of our pastures, all of our crops out the West End, and our fences gone. If it weren't for the brave actions of the firefighters, we probably would have lost our 2 cows, our sheep, and our home as well. But this isn't the end of the story. This is just the start. As many of you know, after the fires, we had to send our sheep off on adjustment while we got the boundary fence fixed. But we didn't fix the boundary fence alone. For 2.5 weeks following Easter, we had the assistance of the WA division of Blaze Aid, an organisation dedicated to helping people on the land recover from fire, flood and cyclones. We were no exception. We put out the call and we got a small army of volunteers who came out and helped achieve what would have taken us 2 months in 2.5 weeks. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the TJM Farming Rebuilding the Boundary Fence Special. Part 1. Getting the Alice going. All sorts of trouble yet. Good afternoon. We're down by the Dozer today, and it's time to get it going. G'day everyone, my name is Noah, otherwise known as the Johnny Man. You're watching TJM Farming here on YouTube. Normally in these videos I like to say we are a West Australian wheat and sheep farm on the banks of the Moore River. Well, today we are doing some major infrastructure maintenance. We've got Blaze Aid out here. They're going to help us repair our boundary fence. Now, a big part in repairing boundary fences is clearing a lot of burnt bush, a lot of burnt trees. And for that, we're going to need this. Oh, that was the exhaust cap flying off. She's alive! Fuck, she's loud! Well, it came alive very briefly.
Probably all the diesel running in.
Oh man. the hydraulics work. Can she move? Clearly Alice does not want to move. Okay. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, was the Alice Dozer. I'm just going to call it Alice from now on. Well, we know it's kind of alive. It started up fairly well considering it hasn't run for 4 years. But now it's just a case of getting her to move under her own power out from underneath the tree.
Looks fucking empty to me.
So I need to find the diesel jerry can then.
It's a pity we couldn't get it to just to the fuel tank.
That would have been easy if we could, but no, apparently not.
No, better put some fuel in it.
Anything?
No, 20 litres more than they had.
Yeah. Hopefully it's enough to make a move under her own power. Look at that! She's alive! Fucking put a frosty on my finger doing this bloody aero start, but she's alive! Ow! I might need to get this looked at. Look at her go! Alice is alive! First time in 4 years that we've had a proper truck machine run under its own power that we actually own. While Dad tries to figure out the steering on this thing. Yeah. Right, technical difficulties. We got her started, now we can't stop her. Oh well, now we have. In the distance you can probably hear the sounds of Alice going out the paddock for the first time in 4 years. We've gone and filled the Dozer up, taken all of our hydraulic oil, the last of the 44-gallon drum. So that means we've got no more hydraulic oil, not good. And she's also dropped the amount of diesel in the big tank down to 1,000 litres. Again, not very good. But, is Alice working? Yes, yes she is. For right now anyway. We put new batteries on it that we went and bought in town today. Dad's just breaking Alice in, making sure that she's running, and also teaching himself how to drive it because, well, got to break her in somehow. for this project with rebuilding the boundary fence, this is our northeast corner. That's the Moore River down there, and beyond there is all the burnt pine trees and whatnot that we own across the river. Now, previous owners of this farm have suffered bushfires before. We are no exception, of course. However, the previous owners have actually been moving the boundary fence back. You can see this was the fence line that we were initially following. This is actually the latest one. But if you go further in, you can see traces of what was the original boundary fence. Now, of course, in previous fires, they probably didn't have the equipment like Alice over here to go and demolish the trees. So they went and moved the boundary fence back. Our aim with this is, with the 11 kilometres of boundary fencing that we've secured, and with the help of Alice, driven by Dad, we can go and reclaim our original boundary fence. And this is just the starting point. We've got 11 kilometres of boundary to do on top of the internal fence, and this goes from this point here all the way along our boundary up through the red country, following the river right up to northwest paddock, which is where we put the crop in last year. In previous years, you have seen myself and Dad do repairing the boundary fence work on a smaller scale. That was only 5 kilometres we had to do from the fire of 2023. This time round, it was too much for us to do on our own, so we got Blades Aid coming out. We've already had 2 of the volunteers help us out today. They went and cleared this part of the boundary for us to do, and the rest of the guys are setting up camp as we speak at the time recording this, and they will be starting to help us out tomorrow. Ripped a whole bloody strainer post up. That's the only downside. Even though Alice literally cannot get bogged because she's a tracked machine, that doesn't stop the barbed wire from being a nuisance. We may need to get that sorted. But otherwise, we are underway. I hope. Timber! Maybe. Look at that. Monday. Today we're back at it again. with the loader and we are going to be doing some clearing. Last night, Dad, Chloe, myself, we got all the concreting done, so all the Australian posts are now in. No more cement mixer work, which is good. Today we are going to be using the loader and the dozer. The dozer is all the way back at Boggy Ute Paddock, and we are going to try and get as much of the old fences cleared to clear a path for Blazo to come put up the new fence as possible. Now, and you join us in Alice's natural habitat, trying to clear a fence line. Some minor technical difficulties and getting more barbed wire untangled from the dozer, we look to be doing really good so far. Okay, so the loader's got a slight problem. That pin has gone in, won't come out again, and I'm pretty sure go to the other side. That's also come out.
Yeah, you've got to replace that hydraulic hose.
Off screen we did have a little bit of a hydraulic hose geyser because this quick hitch down the front here had a slight accident when we hired this out a couple of years ago, and it got bent and the guard came off, and now when shit gets caught in it, the hydraulic ram that operates the quick hitch does not work. Great. Yeah, not ideal. So, yeah, we've got it cleared. It just needs to be cleaned up. Again, as Dad was saying earlier, we need to get that hydraulic hose fixed. Probably tomorrow's job, taking it down to Perth and see if we can get it looked at. And the dozer, well, much like pretty much everything that we got off the previous owners of this farm, there's something wrong with it. Potentially the radiator. Dad says it's either boiling or not working or tangled in wire. So there might be a hole in the radiator somewhere. We're suspecting there's a puddle of water underneath it. Apart from that though, the dozer did do the job. It's just a fixer-upper. Probably just as well that we're not going to go ahead with Project Racetrack this year due to the cost of diesel and everything. Now, Blazo will be coming back out tomorrow, and they'll be continuing to come out and do this fencing for us until the boundary fence is complete. After which they will have finished their job, and we'll give them a big thank you present. I know I haven't shown them much on screen. We may fix that tomorrow with their permission, of course. It's like privacy and all that. So aside from a few minor hiccups, we got shit done. that's good. That's all we got for today, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Next time on TJM Farming, we are doing more strainer post work.